So the transformation I had with my mindset when I was homeless to how I am now, it's pretty significant. It's a huge change. But in this video, I'm not going to go through the exact steps on how to implement that mindset. I'm actually going to do that on my professional, the business page, the Raymond Kahn business page. Here, I just want to kind of go through my transformation, just a brief transformation on what it was like before and after. So when I was homeless, right, what took me to that point, my mindset was very one of a negative outlook. I had a negative outlook on myself, on others around me, the world, work, whatever it was, environment, everything was nothing but negative. Hence why part of my life led to being in the situation I was. Homeless, broke, no one around, basically left to trying to figure everything out on my own, which is not how it should be. So in that process, or in that time period when I was homeless, I started to realize that, I don't like how I feel. I don't like this negative outlook, constantly seeing everything as being bad and wrong, even though there is a lot of bad and there is a lot of wrong in the world. However, I started to realize, this outward perspective really was derived from inwardly how I looked at myself. So I started to change and realize I wanted to change how I saw myself in this world because I didn't like how I was feeling. So I started to work on that. I started to see myself more as someone that was more capable, more confident, more loving, more caring, and more desiring to get out there and serve other people. And as I did that more, and I started to see more of a shift. Now, it didn't happen overnight. This took a lot of time. I was in the process of trying to figure this out for years beforehand, and I'm still in the process now of constantly working on that, improving it as time goes on. But I started to work on that day in and day out. And I started to realize the more I had a positive outlook on who I was and where I fit in this world, that I believed I was capable of doing something good and great and being worthy of happiness and joy and having a great life, regardless of where I may be financially at that moment, things started to change. I started to see more of a transformation shift within myself and how I was feeling. And because of that, I started to feel and see more of a shift in the work I was doing, the things I was getting involved in, and the people that I surrounded myself with. And to this point where I'm at today, and starting to run my own online business when it comes to coaching and helping other men change and transform their mindset, it's transformed me a great deal. There's still moments and there's still days where the negative things kind of get in the way, and it can seem like it's dominating ways, but because I've established and I have continual coaches myself that help me continue to improve that outlook, it doesn't control my day. It may be there, it may come and kind of sit its ugly face in front of me saying today sucks, but I'm able to look at it, acknowledge it, and then channel it and move it out of the way and make a shift into something that's better for me. So that's kind of the transformation I've been through, where I was, where I am now, and the benefits that came from that. And I know with the right perspective, now it doesn't mean life's going to be easy and things are just going to work out. That's not the case. But what it does is it helps you handle the situations when you face them in the right manner, where it isn't destroying yourself and everything around you. But I know if you can apply that same type of perspective and mindset, your world will start to change. Not overnight. It'll take time, days, weeks, months, years. But the more you practice, the better things become, and the more happy you become with everything that you have currently, with where you're at, and you accept where you're at. And then when you accept where you're at, you start to shift and move in the right direction. You start to find peace and joy and happiness with who you are as a person, and then everything else starts to fall into place. So go ahead and like this video. Put any comments of any insights that you think are helpful, or anything that I didn't mention that maybe you've been through some experiences that you'd like to share with other people. I'd love to hear what you guys have. But if you want to see the actual 4 to 5 steps that I went through to develop this mindset of being one of hopelessness, scarcity, and self-destructive behavior to one of more of peace and happiness and acceptance of who I am, and being on the right path now to where I can truly feel like I'm making a difference in my life and the lives of others, go to my business page later today. I will do a live video on going over those exact steps that I did to implement my mindset that took me from being homeless to where I am now. All right. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. It's a great week, great start of the week. Let's move forward. And remember, defy the odds.